other video.
Delete.
Delete
And we're
it.
live.
Hi everyone. Welcome back. Sorry for our little technical difficulty there. We're gonna pick right back up where we left off. And we left off at we were making our little butterflies, but for those who were not able to join us in our butterfly creations, I'm going to go ahead and start over just so everyone is able to be on the same page. So please bear with me if you've already created your butterfly. So I'm going to run through our supplies right quick. I have my oil pastel paper right here. I have my oil pastels. Um, I have my liquid glue, pencil, I have my scissors, my painter's tape, and then I have my glitter right here, which is optional along with the glue and the paintbrush. These are all optional. You do not have to use these if you don't want to at the end. If you do, great. If not, I completely understand. You can just keep using your oil pastels. And also I mentioned on our before we got cut off our video how if you don't have oil pastels, crayons will work too. And um if you don't have any construction paper, then you can use printer paper. If you don't have printer paper and you have construction paper, that works too. If you have neither and you want to use cardstock, that is also a good alternative. So we're just going to kind of zoom through the butterfly a little bit because we got cut off at the end of making our butterfly. So this is what it turned out to look like. But for those who were not able to join us for that part, I'm going to go ahead and show you what we're working with here. Also, for those who are not able to see, this is what we're going to create. It's a little butterfly figure with all the rainy weather that we've been having. It would be nice to have a little bit of springy weather. So we're going to, hopefully bring in some nice weather with our beautiful butterflies. So what we're going to do is draw a long oval in the middle of our paper, making sure that your paper is turned um, to where it's turned long ways, which I think is also called hot dog style. So make sure your paper is turned so it's hot dog style. So if you were to fold it up, it would look like you could eat a hot dog. And we're going to draw a long oval in the middle of that page. So we're going to draw our ovals going all the way down that page and back up. Beautiful. So it looks kind of like a pickle or a cucumber or hot dog, whatever. So that's what the body of your butterfly should look like. And we're going to want to make sure that for this next part with our butterflies, we get as far away from the edges or the ends of our main body as possible. We want to go more towards the inside, more towards the middle of our butterfly body. So we're going to start by just drawing wings. And the way that we do that is we're going to draw a curved line going towards the corner of our paper. So we're going to draw a curved line reaching towards that corner of our page, the top corner. And then we're going to touching the body of our butterfly, moving down towards more towards the middle. We're going to bring up that curved line to meet the top of that wing. Perfect. And then we're going to do the same thing down here. We're going to, touching on the wing of that butterfly, we're going to bring that curved line and have that going down towards the bottom corner of our page. And we're going to touch the body of our butterfly again, and we're going to meet that line. Beautiful. Okay. And same thing if you have already heard me say this, Just ignore it. But if you make any mistakes on this side, like how I have this pencil line right here, it's not remotely perfect, but that's okay just because this side will not be visible in your it won't be visible in your final product whenever we're done with this. So we're going to keep going. We're going to go to the other side, making a curved line and have that curved line go towards the top corner of our page. And then we're going to touch the body of our butterfly and bring that curved line facing up. And then touching the bottom wing of touching the bottom part of that wing, we're going to have that curved line going down towards the corner of that page. Um, and then we're going to touch the body of our butterfly and meet that corner, meet the wings in that same corner. Beautiful. So now we're going to take our scissors. Oh, here they are. Going to take our scissors and we're just going to cut out our butterflies. And also take this time to kind of whenever you start to cut, if you notice that there are any little bumps on your page whenever you're cutting, just to kind of smooth out those lines, you're going to cut around the outside of your butterfly. You don't want to cut on the inside. We're just going to follow those lines, stay on the lines. And also, if you notice that with your butterfly wings, that you don't like how, for instance, I like how my little wings are pointier. If you don't like the pointiness on your wings, just take the time to smooth over those. You can just simply cut a smooth, smooth line going around that, where that corner would be, where the little point would be on those wings. Personally, I like having the pointier wings, so I'm going to keep the pointiness. Notice how I'm not cutting the inside of my butterfly. Thank you to everyone who came back to join me for art today. Thank you for your patience as we experience those technical difficulties. I really appreciate it. And if you're watching, make sure to share this video, comment and say hi. I would love to know who's watching. Um, Click the share button so that other people can join in the fun. We love sharing our arts and crafts, and we absolutely love it whenever we have our friends join us for arts and crafts. So keep cutting along those lines. You guys are doing a great job. We're almost done. Awesome. So I'm all done with my butterfly. So we're all caught up to where we left off at. So everyone should have their butterfly all cut out. Um, and if you have any little bumps where it's not as smooth as you would like your lines to be, then you can take this time to go ahead and take your scissors and smooth over those little bumps and imperfections that you see, just to get it as smooth as possible. Because for this activity, it is important that we have a very smooth butterfly with as few little bumps and whatnot as possible. But moving along, I'm going to go ahead and we're done with our pencils. So you can go ahead and set those pencils off to the side and pull out your oil pastel paper. Pull out that oil pastel paper. Pull out those oil pastels. I'm going to go ahead and take the sleeve off of mine. You can put those scissors away because we're now done with scissors. And pull out that painter's tape because we're going to need that right now. So where we're at is we have our butterflies. We need our pastel paper. Pull out those oil pastels as well. Or if you're using crayons, go ahead and pull those crayons out and that painter's tape. So you see the side that has all the lines and whatnot. This is the side that is going to go down. It's going to face down on our paper. So right now though, you can go ahead and face the side with your pencil markings, face it up towards you so you can look down and see where you have those pencil lines. Go ahead and rip off a little piece of your painter's tape. Doesn't have to be too big. This is as long as mine is. So about 4 fingers worth. Well, 4 fingers worth of tape should be good. And once you have that, you can go ahead and put your painter's tape to the side because you're done with that. We're not going to use that anymore. And just go ahead and roll up that painter's tape just like this. So we're going to take it and just roll it. Just like that. So it looks like a little tape pillow, which will be perfect for, some if we were very small and could sleep on it. But go ahead and put your little tape pillow on that side of your butterfly that has the pencil markings facing you. So it's like that. You see the side. And we're going to stick it in the middle of our paper. So having your paper long ways, hot dog style, go ahead and lay down that butterfly in the middle of your page. It doesn't matter which side is the top or the bottom. I chose that I want mine to look like this. This is my top, this is my bottom. If you want to have your butterfly upside down, whichever way, it's completely up to you. There is no right or wrong way. So go ahead and just stick that butterfly on that page and smooth it out onto your paper. And we're just going to start coloring. So I like to do mine rainbow style. If you want to do other colors and other ways, that's up to you. It's whatever you want to do, but I'm going to start with a red oil pastel. So I'm going to go for this red. And we're going to start with on the top left wing of our butterfly. So the way you can tell your lefts from your rights is you're going to make point your pointer fingers to the front of you like you're pointing at someone, and then point your thumbs toward each other so that they're facing each other. The side that makes an uppercase L is your left side. So for me, that's this side. This is my left. So I'm going to go ahead and take my red oil pastel and I'm going to start coloring onto my butterfly as well as the page. Now, whenever we do this, you're not going to color the entire butterfly. The most important part is to make sure you're coloring around the outside of the butterfly. So taking that oil pastel, and just coloring, getting it maybe about, I would say about an inch into your butterfly, 2 inches into your butterfly. And just coloring that. It doesn't matter how far you take your coloring. If you want to color the whole wing of the around the butterfly, that's fine. If you just want to color a little part of it, that's fine too. It's completely up to you. It's your butterfly. You can make it however you want it, but the thing you really want to remember is while you're coloring, you want to keep the butterfly paper flat because you don't want to color underneath the butterfly. You do not want to color underneath the butterfly wings or under the butterfly period. So just kind of keeping a finger down to make sure that you're keeping it smooth on your make sure you're keeping it smooth onto your pastel paper. You guys are doing a great job. Great. So now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to switch colors right now. I'm going to go for an orange color. And I like to go dark to light. So I'm going to start with a dark orange before I move into a lighter orange. And just coloring in about an inch or so. And I'll show you at the end why we're not coloring all the way into our butterflies. And you'll see where those napkins also come into play. You guys are doing a great job. Also making, I have to go back and make sure that I get the inside of my butterfly as well. And now I'm going to go for a lighter orange, like a yellowish orange color. If you're watching, please say hi. I would love to see who's joining me today. Beautiful. This is just a little progress check to see where we are so far. Just coloring it in about an inch or two into the actual butterfly itself. I'm about to transition into a nice pretty yellow color. Right. Well, actually, I'm gonna go darker to lighter, so it's like a dark golden. It's a chrome yellow that I'm about to use. A nice golden color. Really pretty. I love rainbows and I love butterflies, so this is like the perfect craft for me because I am a rainbow and butterfly fanatic, which means I am a big fan of butterflies and rainbows. It's just so springy. I love springtime. Although I'm not too crazy about all this rain because here in North Carolina, it's been raining every day this week. And I don't see the end of the rain. I don't see the end of that anytime soon. But you guys are doing a great job coloring those butterflies. see. I'm going to go a little bit further, about down to here is where I'll stop with this color. So making sure that you still remember to try to keep that butterfly as flat onto your pastel paper as possible, just to prevent you from coloring up underneath your butterfly. Because if you don't keep it flat, there is a good chance that your pastel or crayon, whichever one you're using, will go and kind of push that butterfly paper, and we don't want that to happen. Just to be able to get the best effect as possible from our little project. Beautiful. So now I'm going to transition to a nice light yellow color. I'm going to turn my paper as I go, just because it's easier for me to kind of color in the same direction. Because if I keep for me, if I keep coloring like this, I'll want to start coloring up and down or some other crazy directions. So I just want to be able to just color the same direction all the way down. Okay, let's see. I'm going to bring it in a little bit too. Remember to keep bringing in that pastel about an inch or two onto your butterfly. I didn't do that with my golden color, so I'm going to go back and kind of bring it down a little bit more on that golden color. This is so pretty, you guys. Now I'm going to grab. I know I said I usually like going darker to lighter, but right now I think I'm going to break that rule a little bit. I'm going to grab a lime green color and start coloring underneath my yellow. Remembering to keep that butterfly flat as we color along and bringing it into about an inch or two onto that butterfly. And you may notice how I'm just doing like long streaks. It's just because whenever I color back and forth around those corners of my butterfly wings, for some reason I always kind of hit the corner of the butterfly with my oil pastel, and I don't want to color underneath those butterfly wings. So around the corners you might see me just doing long strokes like this. And if you need to do that as well, then that's okay. That's perfectly okay. Okay, I'm about to transition colors into a darker green. So I'm going to go into a darker green pastel and just start coloring. Oh, I'm getting some of the white spots that I left with the darker green. You guys are doing a great job. Right at the bottom, it's not wanting to stay flat, so I'm gonna have to hold it down with my fingers just to ensure that I don't color underneath my butterfly. Make sure that you guys are, if you like our videos, make sure that you share our videos so that everyone can join in the fun and join in all of our awesome activities that we have. And also make sure that you like our page so that you can get notifications when we go live so that you never miss out on any of our activities or any of the fun. We also have a YouTube page, Get Your Play Online. We're on YouTube. We are now live on Etsy. So we have some coloring sheets that you guys can download off of Etsy. Our YouTube page. We are on Instagram, so you guys are able to catch some of our videos on Instagram as well, because we post some things on Instagram that you don't always see on Facebook. So just make sure that you are able to take advantage of all of our um all of our pages so that you always are tuned into the fun and you never miss out on any good activities. We have giveaways on Fridays, and on Thursdays you're able to hear about how to enter those giveaways. So always make sure that you're checking back on our page, because it's always a party at Get Your Play Online. Okay, I'm now going to transition into our blues. And also, I know that I'm breaking my rule again, but I'm going to start with our a light blue oil pastel. Also, you guys, we have awesome t-shirts on our Facebook page. They're actually live on Bonfire right now. And the cool part about these t-shirts is that you guys are able to color on these t-shirts. They are super cool. You won't find this design anywhere else. You can find the link on our Facebook page, but um they're super cute and you're able to color them, so you can make them you can color them and have them just the way you want them to look, and it's a great deal, so make sure that you check those out as well. They're on Bonfire, and you can also find the link on our Facebook page. Okay, I'm going to move into a darker blue. And then after the blues, this blue, we're going to move into our purples and our pinks. You guys are doing a great job. I love this song. Okay, now I'm going to move into this pretty purple color. Going around our butterfly. It's beautiful. I love this purple. I think this purple is my favorite color on here so far. Okay, and for the last part, I'm just going to take this pretty pink color and I'm just going to color the last part this beautiful pink. Keeping it smooth and flat on our keeping our butterfly flat and smooth onto our pastel paper. Oh my gosh, this is so beautiful. You guys have done such a great job. Look at this butterfly. So, this is where our napkins now come into play. So, you can go ahead and grab your napkins, tissue, paper towel, whatever it is that you have. And we are just going to take our napkins and rub over all the oil pastels. So, I'm going to start with the pink side first and holding down those butterflies because with the napkins, you will like push your butterfly up and you don't want to do that. You want to keep it still flat and smooth on the surface. Take your napkin and rub those colors onto the paper. So it's like you accidentally spilled something on your page, except you didn't, but you're going to rub it like you did. Just smooth out those colors. And onto your as you smooth it onto your butterfly, just take the colors in. So I think I'm actually going to smooth out my butterfly before I smooth out my around the butterfly area. So just taking that napkin and rubbing it those colors like you accidentally spilled something onto your paper and you want to dry it up as quickly as possible. And I'm moving my napkin as I go just so that because I don't want to get reds over in the yellows or the green section. So you're going to notice me move my napkin around. I recommend doing that just because um you don't want to mix colors that don't really go together or colors that would obviously be seen where you made a mistake like that. But if you do want to, then that's okay too. It is your butterfly, so just you can make it however you want to do it. And it's going to be faint, and I'm going to show you at the end why we only took it in about 1 or 2 inches to keep it faint on purpose, and you'll see why. Every time I hear this song, I don't know about you guys, but I think of that movie Sing and how at the end, how the two pigs are singing the song. I love that part. So you can see how it's faint, but on your paper, you should be able to see it a little better than you can on my camera, but it's very faint, but it's very, very pretty as well. So now I'm starting to smooth out the outside of my page, taking my napkin and smoothing those colors, just kind of blending them a little better. Still turning that napkin as I go. Are you guys Kids Bop fans? Kids Bop music is very, very catchy. I will admit that. It's super, super catchy. Make sure you guys are still mixing or using your napkin to blend out those colors. It's starting to become harder for me to find a white spot on my napkin because I have colors all over it now. Okay, I'm all done blending out my butterfly. So what I'm about to do now is I am going to take my butterfly off of the page, and we're almost done actually. So now this is where the optional part comes into play. For me, it is still hard for you guys to see, I think, but I have blended the colors on here so it's very faint, and I kept it faint for a reason, and that reason is this is where our optional part comes into play. So if you're one of my glitter people and you're using glitter, then go ahead and pull that out. If you're not a glitter person and you do not want to use glitter, what you can do is go ahead and whoops, take some more of those oil pastels and just color over your butterfly. And you can take your napkin and blend those colors out as you go along, or at the end when you're done coloring, just take your napkin and blend out those colors. But we are going to go ahead and for my glitter people, take that glue, and I'm going to move my camera down so you can see. We're going to open up the glue. Sorry, I had a little dry glue on the top of my glue bottle. We're going to go ahead and take our glue and just smear it all over your butterfly. And the where I'm smearing mine is You see how there's the very defined color going around the outside of my butterfly? What I'm doing is I'm taking my glue and I'm simply just smoothing it inside of those colors because I don't want to get glitter on the outside where all those pretty colors are. If you want to get glitter on the outside, then by all means go for it, but for me, I personally do not, so I'm just going to keep my glue inside of those colors as best as I can. Okay, so now that I have my glue all smeared out, this is where our paintbrushes come into play. I'm going to grab my paintbrush and I'm just going to smear that glue onto my butterfly. Oh, we just listened to that song. Just smearing that glue all over. You guys are doing a great job. Oh, I got a little bit of glue on the color part, which means I'm going to have some glitter on there. It's okay. Great job, you guys. So your glue should be about smeared all over with your brush. So you can go ahead right now and pick your glitter color. For me, I have a bunch of glitters to pick from. I think I'm going to go, let me pull out some colors. I think I want to go with a pink. Yeah, I'm going to go with a pink. I think I have two different ones here. One's a lighter pink, one's a darker pink. I'm going to go with the lighter pink for this one, just to keep it nice and airy and bright. Oops. And my glitters have these little lids that come in the top of them to keep the glitter from spilling out. So I always you all and whenever we do glitter, you always see me take a pencil and poke that part out. And I have a trash can right next to me. If you guys are doing this, I recommend doing it over a trash can or having a trash can nearby in case you get a bunch of extra glitter spilling. But so I already got glitter on the table beside of me, but that's okay. I can just sweep it off into the trash can. But you guys know that I don't really waste glitter just because I like being able to use it again. And I usually have my glitter Ziploc bag over here, but I don't. So I'm going to just take my extra glitter and I'm going to grab a piece of paper, just a sheet of extra construction paper that I have. And I'm just going to shake. Well, I'm going to, oops, pick up my butterfly if I don't make a mess first. Oops, I forgot that tape was on the bottom. Oh, and I just made a mess everywhere. But that is okay because accidents happen and I can always clean up my mess. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to simply take my piece of paper, put it up under the desk, and I'm just going to brush the glitter onto my page. There we go. So my extra glitter will be right here and it'll go into my extra glitter Ziploc bag that I have, and for so that I can use it later. But in the meantime, I'm just going to set this off to the side right now, and I'm going to pull out that my glitter butterfly. It's so pretty. Oh my gosh, I am so in love with it. And so now what we're going to do with our glitter butterflies is we're just going to pull out that piece of sorry, my words are getting tongue tied. We're going to pull out our piece of pastel paper and we're going to just take our butterfly, and the tape is already on the back, so you can just simply stick your butterfly down. I'm going to have mine going at an angle off of my page. If you want yours to go at an angle, then that's perfectly okay. If you want yours straight up, you have that option. It's whatever you want to do. But for me, I personally like having mine at an angle. So now the last thing that we're going to do is we're going to grab our white pastel for, and if you have a black pastel, black should work too, but I'm going to do a white one, and we're just going to make a little butterfly track. And what that's going to look like is just little dash lines, just little tiny lines going down our page. So I'm going to show you. It's just little lines. Whoops. You might not be able to see it as well on this paper. I'm going to grab a black just so you guys can see it a little bit better on your end. I'm just going to draw little dash marks at an angle, and then I'm going to curve them and make it look like my butterfly has flown a little track. So voila. You guys have done such a great job. This is what your final, whoops, sorry, still drying, but this is what your final product will look like. My little pink rainbow butterfly flying off of the page. But you guys did such a great job. I love how this turned out, and I'm sure you guys did a great job with yours. If you made one, I would love to see a picture of it. I'd love it if you guys would drop it in the comments or send it to our Facebook account so that we can see you guys' awesome artwork. So if you guys like this video, make sure to like and share the video so that everyone can join into the fun. But in the meantime, I had a great time doing this with y'all, and I hope that y'all enjoyed it as well. And I will see you at 7 o'clock for a bedtime story with me. But in the meantime, make sure you keep checking back for more fun and activities here at Get Your Play Online. You guys have a great rest of your day, and I will see you soon.